Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your Pick a Card Love Tarot reading for what is our connection. So we're going to look at, what the nature of the connection is that we are inquiring about, how it plays out, and why we have this connection with this person. So you can really pick whichever pile is drawn, you're most drawn to just naturally. You can sit and think on it for a minute. I have three piles here. Pile one is a seashell. I thought that'd be nice as it is a symbol for Aphrodite, Venus, goddess of love. So I thought that'd be nice. So it's a seashell for pile one. I don't know why I can't say that. Pile two has a rose quartz that's carved into a skull. So just a closer look at these, see which one you're drawn to. And pile three is a carnelian, a big chunk of carnelian here. It's really pretty. So these are the three piles. I'm gonna give you guys some time in silence just to really, look at and connect. Whichever one is drawn to, you might even be drawn to two. So if that's the case, maybe listen to both messages. They might be two halves of the same story or a different thing that you really need to hear. So just sit and see which one you are drawn to most, and then we will get into the reading, starting with one, then going on to two, and then to pile three. All right, so pile one, the seashell. Let's see what your cards here are. I have quite a few different decks. I think we got like four here. So let's get into this. Let's start off with the ethereal visions, which are the top three here. So let's look at why we have this connection. Nine of Cups reverse, interesting. What are we supposed to do about, or, with this connection? Ace of Cups. And what is meant to happen with this connection? The Wheel of Fortune, wow. And I didn't see actually any cards from group one. A couple I accidentally saw when I was doing group two and group three, but I haven't seen any of the cards for this. So I have no idea what we're stepping into here. That's the fun with pick a cards. It's a surprise for me too. So this is actually really, really lovely and interesting. And before we even get deeply into those, let's see the other cards that have come out here. So let's see. Wow, we have the Tarot Muka highlighting this first pile. Oh my gosh, guys. This is a really beautiful connection. If you are questioning the connection, I think it needs a little bit of revamping, if anything. And I've pulled some clarifiers and put them over there as well. But let's start off with what we've got here. So Nine of Cups reverse is, why do we have this connection? Nine of Cups reverse is to maybe even show you, it was interesting because the Nine of Cups reverse is sometimes about, not sometimes, but often really about maybe being too much in our own pride and cups, being too sad. We have a certain view of the way things should be because we believe, and probably rightfully so, that we deserve things a certain way. That's fine. But I do think that it has us really looking at what is most fulfilling emotionally for us. What is our true emotional happiness, our emotional fulfillment within a relationship? Maybe it's not we thought it was. Maybe we had one view of it and we have needed to change. And that's why we have this connection, is to really look at what is actually fulfilling rather than what we are telling ourselves is fulfilling. And if we're worried about it, not being what we think it is, and not truly being that dream, that emotional wish, that perfect thing, I do have to say, I kind of get the sense actually that this is a lot more than maybe we might be able to see it as right now. 10 of Pentacles is here. So I know that this has a lot of weight to it. And the second I saw this, I kind of felt you've known each other, maybe even if you believe in this, through past lives. You've known each other on the other side. You've maybe even ventured through many lives together. And so there's a depth to this connection. It's almost like you feel very at home, very comfortable. There's a lot of stability. There's more than just passion, more than just I'm attracted to you and I'm into you in that base kind of fire way. This is, this has a lot of security, a lot of stability, a lot of those long-term good but boring things, being able to, sit in your pajamas and eat a pizza and binge watch some show on Netflix together and totally be at ease enjoying it. Somebody that you can really, somebody that gets you in the ways that maybe others don't, and in those less than cute ways. There's a lot of depth here. A real true basic, not basic, more than basic connection, a real true basis of a connection that has a lot of, for some of you, you could have been in, this might be a long-term relationship I'm getting. If some of you are married and you're questioning, your bonds here, you're questioning whether, you need to be with this person, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how this reading turns out. Queen of Wands reverse, maybe we're feeling a little bit of a lack of passion. We could also be worrying, I kind of get more that you're the ones who might be saying, I'm looking for passion. Maybe I should start looking outside of this relationship. Maybe I should start looking outside of this because maybe this has gotten too boring, too basic, too whatever. Maybe there's other distractions right now. It feels, if you're not feeling deeply connected because you're distracted by money, by circumstance, by whatever, by other things in life, you might be trying to seek an out in talking and drumming up something with other people, looking for fire in others. But I have to say, I kind of get the sense that you need to have faith for this connection, whether you're together or not. And you might be afraid that, this person's looking elsewhere, or again, you might be the one that's doing that. But that's a lot to carry. You might even feel very burdened in the connection because you're not speaking how you're really feeling. You're not finding ways to really get across how you're feeling. And I mean, sometimes that can be that we have a hard time communicating what we really need. But you have 2 10s here. Of course we have 2 10s. How can we not look at that as well? 10 of Pentacles, there's a lot of things here. There's a lot of security. There's a lot of I love you because of your imperfections, because of what we've been through together, because of the life that we've built, because of, not so much the passion, but the fun times, the silly times, the bad times, all those things that we're able to pull ourselves through together. Or maybe this is more of a friendship connection that's becoming something more and you're feeling very burdened by it. I don't know, that could be something else, but I'm going to stick with the one story here. I don't want to get too confused with this because it is a pick a card. It's a lot to carry in some aspects what you're not speaking, and now I'm feeling that we need to get those clarifiers. Oof. Wow, your clarifiers are beautiful too. I just want to let you know for all these parts. 10 of Swords reverse. Maybe we've been through a really painful ending. Maybe something has happened in this relationship or to one of us that has been difficult. And I think that you have to give both of you a little bit of leeway in terms of you're working on this. We're working through this, and maybe we're still feeling the open wounds here, but it does feel like they're coming out and we're able to address how to move forward now, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be dealt with. Because right after this, under this 8 of Pentacles energy for a clarifier, we have we have some really beautiful cards here. 2 of Cups. There is love in this connection. The nature of this connection is that this is a true mutual love-based connection. This is a fair game. This isn't I'm giving you a full cup and, oh, yours is empty, let me pour mine in there. Let me give you this, and then they run away with that cup. This is not that. This is a fair exchange of love, a fair exchange of vows of harmony, of respect, mutual respect and admiration. 2 people that choose to be together every day. And I kind of get that type of sense that we've weathered some difficult times, and maybe that's why we're questioning this. But deep, I don't know, this is what you need to know about this, is that this is a very abundant, emotional, and beautiful, life-giving type of connection. When you get the Empress, there's a sense of, there's a true sense of abundance to the relationship and all those Venusian ways of love, of ability to grow, of ability to manifest the life that you want together, of ability to feel like if you're a female or a male, to be able to feel truly nurtured, cared for, loved, appreciated, valued. And that's what you have to remember. Despite what has happened, there is so much emotional love here, especially next to that Queen of Cups. Emotionally, we have to reconnect. Emotionally, we're being asked to cultivate more love in this and to work on it. To talk about our difficulties, to talk about this. To talk about this. And we're coming out of this. We might feel, again, anxious, worried, scared about what's to come. Can we really make this? Is this really meant to be after what has happened? After how far we've come? What do we do now? How do we go on? What is the next chapter? What's the next thing? How do we bring that passion, that energy back in? But it'll come back in. 5 of Pentacles. Sorry, you're going to look at these backwards. So let me just do this here. 5 of Pentacles, King of Cups. Emotionally, you are going to reconnect. That's on the other side of that Queen of Cups. We have a perfect pair here. Emotionally, there is real love here, especially, again, if you're dealing with a water sign. Or if you're a water sign, it doesn't matter so much the sign. It's just, again, this is a pick a card. But the emotional growth between these two people, the emotional maturity and ability to communicate emotionally, ability to bridge that gap of, yes, might be an elephant in the room right now. There might have been something difficult that we had to go through. There might be a lack of finances, and that might be breeding a lot of insecurity and problems within the relationship. Could also be that you're separated. Maybe this is a long distance relationship or something, again, that this person travels a lot, whatever it is. For pile 1, it feels like there is definitely either a past connection, first of all, or that you're together. And that's just something I think I mentioned at the beginning, but I'm going to mention again. There is history here. There is a lot of history, and there's a lot of basis for that long-term, forever connection. But we have to be willing to bridge the gap emotionally, no matter what that takes. And I think that with it being clarified, with also the 7 of Cups here, being able to kind of find our way through what is the best way to go about this. 7 of Cups is that exploratory phase, exploring our emotions, exploring what's coming up, and exploring how best to proceed, it feels to me. How do we communicate this? How do we fix this? How do we bring that love back in, that connection? Where do we go from here, and how do we approach this whole situation of coming back together? It's almost like a reconciliation. And you have the Wheel of Fortune twice here for what is meant to happen in this, what is meant to happen in this connection. Wheel of Fortune is meant to go through ups and downs. The connection is there, and it's not going anywhere. When the Wheel of Fortune is there, it has ups and it has downs, and things are going to shift if they have been here. If they've been here, know that these are falling out, and that you're coming into a much more beautiful, abundant phase where you are working on these problems, working on bridging the gap, working on recognizing what needs to be fixed and how to fix it. This is beautiful. So give this time. Give this time, because at the end of all this is, this is stability. The Ace of Pentacles coming back in. That's a real material offer. So again, if money has been the problem, that has been kind of a background, or more like the rainstorm over this relationship, not even a background thing. It has kind of taken over. Was this stability, or whether, again, is this connection stable? Is this long term? Is there security here? Can I feel secure in this relationship? It will come. If you're wondering when that will happen, it's there. There is real foundation for this, and I don't think it's going anywhere. There's healing. Temperance. Temperance is a very interesting card, the water bearer, the card of, I'm surprised that it doesn't represent Aquarius sometimes, because it does show, I guess the star is also the water bearer, but we see another person dipping, having a foot in the water here and mixing the cups, the 2 cups here. 2 cups that we saw earlier in the reading. There is a commingling of the energies, and we need to be able to emotionally stabilize, as well as, stabilize in the real material world here, in the physical world. And we're coming to that. There's healing. There's great sense of healing. And I don't remember what this sign is called. One of you might know if you're a doctor. I know that this is like a doctor symbol or something. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head. Don't get mad at me. But somebody put it in the comments if you do know it. healing, coming together. We have to start mixing our cups back together instead of keeping them so separate, talking about our emotions, communicating on an emotional level, and finding the way to communicate how we're feeling. Because what you're asked to do with this connection, again, is heal. Ace of Cups, bring new life, emotion. Bring your cup back out and show them how much you love them. Heal this. Apologize. Do what needs to be done to bring the love back in, to open yourself in that heart center and, you know, feel connected with this partner, this other person there. There is love, but we have to be willing to look at our own faults also in this, and maybe where we need to stop being stubborn and where we need to put in a little bit of work as well. It's a two-way street always. So let's look at your oracles that came with this. Oof. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Beautiful. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And that is really what I feel. That is really what I feel. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay? And this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And what was that first card out again? Just so you know. 10 of Pentacles. There's history here. This is real. This is not something to... This isn't nothing. This isn't like a nothing thing. There's real things. There's realness to this. It's not all in our heads. So, oh, I almost forgot your other two here. Ooh, because we pulled from the Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle deck. That was the Doreen Virtue Oracle deck. And let's check this. It's Revelation, Confirmation 3, and Hecate, Crossroads. So let's read those real quick here. All right. Revelation, Confirmation 3. Or actually, let's go with Hecate first. Crossroads. Okay. Ancient Greek triple goddess Hecate is the queen of the three-way crossroads. The three life phases of the crone, mother, and maiden are depicted in her three faces. She holds the key, unlocking mysteries, the sword cutting through illusions, and torch enlightenment. Hecate is protected by her rope, which safely connects her to the other realms. She's associated with the dark side of the moon and the shadow self. The three crossroads are symbolic of choices relating to your past, where have you been, present, where are you now, and future, where are you going. Hecate reminds you to look in every direction when making important choices. You must look honestly at everything, including what you don't like to see, shadow. Often it's not what you chose that matters, it's why you chose that matters. There's decisions, there's karmic crossroads, and recognizing the many faces of our shadow self here. So let's look at Revelation Confirmation 3, and I'm excited about this one because I already know what it means, but I'll read it to you. This is the Revelation, non-duality. The Zen-like Revelation card is a sacred talisman of non-duality, as positive and negative are... Ooh. Dang it. Positive and negative are two sides of the whole yin-yang. The card contains both positive and negative energy, while simultaneously neutralizing both. It is a consciousness-raising card, which requires mindfulness. The floating four feathers released are emblematic of natural support of the spirit realm, covering the four corners of the universe. Reading this card in a spread is always a very personal experience and requires meditative contemplation. So there is both positive and negativeness, but I think that's what you have to recognize, that in real relationships, it's not all sunshines, roses. And what are you willing to put in, and how much, you love this person? How much is this relationship worth it to you? Oh, there's a lot to unpack here. So I hope you guys resonated with this, and I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to go on now to group 2. Okay, group 2, rose quartz. Here we are. So for those that chose rose quartz for what is our connection, we're going to see what cards came up for you. Let's first see what the top 3 are for why do we have this connection. 8 of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. What are we supposed to do about or with this connection? The Moon. Oh, what a card to get for that. And what is meant to happen with this connection? 7 of Wands. Interesting. When you get the Moon right in the center of, what you're supposed to do is, I think, feel this out right now. I don't think there is any answers for this connection at this time, or I think that it's filled with a lot of mysteries for, what you're supposed to do. But let's see how the other cards here come out. Okay. So let's see. Wow. Interesting. Whew. Okay, so let me just take a look at all of these. Wow. This is very different than the other group. This relationship or this connection, I don't think it's you, because you're obviously here asking what this is, but there's not a lot of ambition in this. It's void of it. There's not a lot of work that is being done on it. And I think that you might be very concerned about whether or not this person's ever going to put in work, whether or not this situation is ever going to work, because right now it doesn't really feel connected. The Three of Coins here, or what this is, how this is supposed to play out. So let's take a look here. And Judgment. Something needs to be changed about the foundation of this relationship, the foundation of what happened here. It's coming into question of, why did this happen this way? Let's pull the clarifiers, actually, because I have a few clarifiers here, and ooh. Okay. There's a lot of romanticism here, in terms of, I think where you would like this to be. It felt very successful at first. It's very up and down. Let's just say that, first of all. It's very up and down. One minute it seems like this person is, with you on your side. You seem like, we have this great connection. It's all going one way. And, we're really building this fine foundation for a relationship. Again, this feels more like a situation, or, I don't want to say friends with benefits, but not something that is solid, has a label, and that you're telling all your friends, or they're telling all their friends. This feels very, and I know the Seven of Swords isn't here, but there's something like we don't have a label for this right now. This person isn't committing, it feels like, in some way, and there's not a lot of work to be done, and you feel very confused because there's this great connection and it feels very successful, but when it comes time to change, when it comes time to be like, okay, so what is this? Where's this all going? How long are we going to be doing this dance around whether we're together or not, whatever we are, where this is going? We get the Hangman. But just like, let me think about this. I get the sense that they give you, I need to think about this. I don't know if I'm ready for commitment. I don't know if I have time for it. They have excuses. They have excuses. And the Hangman asks you to look at why they have excuses. Nine of Wands says to maybe even put your boundaries here. This is a really interesting one, because there's a connection here, but when you look at the other person, they're blocking you out every time you try to take it to that next place. Yeah, okay. I'm already looking at your, we're already going to look at these, because this is what we need to do, because this person shows up like this all the time. And it's really hard to fight against somebody who says, it's really hard to put your boundaries up against somebody. And you're like, what is that? I know that there was like this song. It's going to sound really crazy. There's a Dua Lipa song. I know it was probably popular like 3 years ago or something, or 4 years ago, whatever. And it's like, that one was like, don't let him in. I don't know how it goes. You guys are going to know what I'm talking about if you know Dua Lipa and you follow all that stuff. I don't really follow the mainstream music, which is why I'm talking about this like 4 years later. But it's, like the don't pick up the phone, like don't give him the time of day, don't go there, even if you're pulled to her, even if this person pulls you. I'm not saying this is all for females. This could be a male dealing with a really, like, I'm not looking for a commitment, but I'm not going to tell you that, but I'm going to send you all these other things that allude to the fact that we're getting together. And it's really confusing. Where is this going? Where is this going? I just want to have a talk about where this is going. And they're like, but like, let's make out instead. Or like, let's go do this. It's a very distraction type situation. This person relies on being able to distract you instead of talking about what is real. And they're probably very attractive. They know how to say, they know how to push your buttons. There's a sense of, again, playfulness here. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. This is a fun person, but they're not something that feels like they can be captured, or there's something that comes in and around, and then we end up here, separated again. There's real separation here. It's fun when we're together, and then all of a sudden, where did you go? And the last card there is give this relationship a chance, work on your partnership, which is interesting. And I do feel that this person is a battle for sure. Let's just leave it at that, especially with the Seven of Wands. That's what's supposed to happen with this connection. Right in the dead center, right in between the nine, right after the Nine of Wands here, you know, card about boundaries, about needing to be a little bit stronger in that sense, because right now you need to look at this from the perspective of what it really is. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. We might have true feelings, and we do. There's true feelings between you. But there hasn't been, it feels like a clarification of, you know, what we want, where we're going. There's fear there. Maybe I shouldn't tell you. Maybe I shouldn't let you in because then I'll give you the chance to reject me. But things seem to be changing when you get two aces right there. The Queen of Swords reversed, though. And the Hermit. Give me a very different story. When I see her, this person, I don't know, this person seems to be able to manipulate their words and throw you into disarray. And I want to say that this person in this connection is lovely in a lot of ways, but it feels very hidden, and like not everything is being said on either side, and you would like it to be said. We would like a clear line in the sand about what this is and where this is going, and are you seeing other people or aren't you, and what is this, what do I really mean to you? And it feels to me with the Queen of Swords, there's a sense of coldness when that comes out, and misdirections. This person's filled with misdirections, and then you feel that you're just kind of sat alone here to figure it out on your own. Oh, okay. Well, what did that mean? What is that supposed to mean? That kind of stuff. You know, when you're sitting down and you don't really know what's going on, but you have to contemplate it, especially with the High Priestess right above that. Again, we have that Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, and then we get the High Priestess. We have to find ways to deliver that message from our heart, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. We have to figure out, what are we really feeling about this? Where do we want this to go? And is this person actually on the same page? There's only really one way to find out, and that involves risking it. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, because I don't think this person has given you a lot of confidence in risking it. Don't want to risk your biscuit. I don't even know what that saying is, but I'm drawn to say it. Somebody put it in the comments. I always think those are funny. You don't want to risk your biscuit here. But, when this person comes back around, and it feels like you might need to take a step back from this because your feelings are intense, and theirs are, at best, confusing. It's peaceful when you're together, but when you're separate, or when you start to ask the bigger questions, it gets really confusing, and it feels a little bit like you're being attacked for wanting what you think that they're putting down. You know, we seem to be in a relationship, or we seem to be in this thing where this person might not even want you seeing other people and all this stuff, or, you know, you're very lovey-dovey when you're together, very romantic, just the best of times, so much fun, but you can't bring up the commitment question. Where are we? What are we? That question. Every time you do, you might feel a bit attacked. This is an uphill battle with this person, and you have to know that. And with the Six of Cups and the Three of Swords, we might be very nostalgic for, it feels very much like a young type of romance, like that falling in love feeling. This person's exciting, this person's fun, this person feels like we really click. But how much more do you want to fight this? How much more are you willing to put on the line? And I feel, I don't know if I can say which way to go here, because I think for a lot of you it's going to be different. But Six of Cups, Three of Swords, how long are you going to be in that cycle when you realize what that's the cycle? You know, this person comes around, you get together, it's really fun, it's awesome, and you fall in love again, and there's this like soulmate connection. It's so deep and it's so intense, and it's like it just feels incredible, and there's so much love, and you know that that's what it is there. But then they go, and you look at, like, you realize like you can't fight this. You can't, if they're not willing to put in the effort, if you're not willing, they're not willing to open up, they're not willing to have the conversation. It's time to really see what, you know, once and for all, what's going to happen. It's kind of says to me, put down the boundaries around your heart and just say what needs to be said. And maybe that's where the work on your partnership does come in. Let's see what your other, oh, Kuan Yin, compassion. I feel that this is a different ending than we're expecting for some of you. I think it could actually be very positive, having that very upfront conversation about how this treatment makes you feel. Again, I would say with that Hermit and the High Priestess, you might need to take a step back from this and really evaluate these intense emotions that come up with this person. It's almost like love and hate for some of you. And even though the Ace of Swords is upright, you're like, this could work out. What are you doing? Why are you sabotaging our connection constantly? But let's read from the Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle deck book here on Kuan Yin. I love Kuan Yin. I connected to her, a bunch of other wonderful goddesses right before this reading, so it's nice to see her showing up. Let's see, Kuan Yin, where are you? Here she is. Okay, compassion. Pure of heart, Buddhist goddess Kuan Yin is the goddess of compassion and empathy. Her name signifies having mercy for the cries of the world. Kuan Yin has vowed to never rest until she has freed all humans from continual reincarnation. She protects the helpless and helps those in need. She often rides her magical dragon, which is the protective yang counterbalance to her yin high energies of kindness and empathy. The sacred water vase is usually depicted with Kuan Yin represents the divine nectar of life. The lotus flower in her left hand symbolizes peace and harmony. Tender-hearted Kuan Yin guides you to graciously receive and give unconditional kindness and caring through your heart. Empathy, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, mercy. All these beautiful, tender, childlike, innocent, gentle energies need to be applied here. Maybe you need to give this person a break and realize that, I don't know, maybe you need to see it from their perspective, and that's why we need to take these, Hanged Man, Hermit, High Priestess steps back to really listen to what's coming in, and then find a way to vocalize how we're feeling. Find a way to vocalize why this keeps happening, because we don't want to get stuck in this cycle. But now that you see that this is the cycle, let's do something about it. All right, so those are your messages, group 2. I hope you enjoyed them. Do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment below. I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much again for all of your support. And we're going to go on to the next group. If you're here for group 3, then you have chosen the Carnelian. Okay, so group 3 for Carnelian. Let's get into your reading here. How exciting. So, put these over here. We're going to go through the first 3 ethereal vision cards, and then we're going to pull out the rest. So why do we have this connection? Oh, wow. Wait, sorry. I almost read it backwards. It's the top card here. That's that. Top card. Why do we have this connection? Now you have a precursor. Wow, 3 of Cups. Beautiful. Enjoyment, fun. There's a great sense of joy and just camaraderie, friendship to this connection. What are you supposed to do about and with this connection? 4 of Cups reversed. Ooh, we got to release our feelings. And wow. And as you know, what is meant to happen with this connection, you guys know that I accidentally peeked this one, and it is beautiful. 10 of Cups. This could be it. This is, ooh, I'm really excited for this read now. Okay. So let's take a look here. Let's really take a good look at what your connection is. We're going to get out the Morgan Greer, how they came out. Oh, I forgot how many cards came out for you guys. A lot. So let's get into this here. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Group 3, hallelujah. You know this connection is real. That was the weirdest, most awkward dance I've ever done, but that was like not even a dance. But I'm just like, this is a spicy, delicious, wonderful connection here. This is just lovely. So just know that this is going to be a good one. All right, let's have some fun here. Let's have some fun. All right, let me move these cards up so I have some room. Wow. Wow, group 3. This is a connection. This is the one. So, this situation may have even started out as friends. Why do we have this connection? There's real joy in this connection about how to have fun, how to love in a more enjoyable, not in those intense, horrible ways. It's like you guys just have, I don't know, there's a click here. You click in this way that like best friends, you know, Bonnie and Clyde. I mean, maybe Bonnie and Clyde aren't the best thing, but I mean, they loved each other unconditionally. It's that kind of situation where you just have a great, great time together. Maybe you have the same views, same interests, you have the same sense of humor, but there is a great sense of being able to make each other laugh. There's comedy to this relationship. This person makes you laugh, you make them laugh. It's like a sense of wittiness. I don't know. This is so beautiful. Yay. I was like wondering how this last one was going to be. So, again, what are you supposed to do about it? We're going to get there throughout the reading, but when I get the Four of Cups reversed, that's my emotional, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, we have to spit, it's like word vomit here a little bit. And not in a bad way, but it says you have to release what you're feeling, what you're holding on to. If you want something to come, because again, Four of Cups is usually, I'll put it up right so you can see it better. He's waiting for something, but his eyes are closed and it's right there. So you're like, why won't this person tell me I care? Like, tell me they love me. Why won't this get here? Why won't this get here? It's like, well, have you tried? I don't know, but have you tried? Because this is what it's asking you to do about this connection, is to say what's on your mind, to release your feelings. If this person, the situation has made you feel a lot of different things, time to start letting it go, okay? I mean, we're going to get to where we get. You already know the Ten of Cups. The nature of this, what is meant to happen is, like, it makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. Wow. Okay, so Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, the Magician. This situation, I want to say, may have started out a little bit iffy. It might not be traditional in the way it started. It might have started, I don't know, this person has let's get there. We're going to get there. This person has a way with words. This connection has a way with words. And it's very, again, like I said, it feels witty. It's witty and romantic and all the things that it feels like a romantic movie should be. There's passion here. I don't know why I get that sense of the Magician, but him with the Knight of Cups, there's romanticism, passion. There is always a way around it for this connection. There's always a way, and I don't mean that in a negative way. There's always a way around the problems. There's an infinite connection here. We have everything that we need in this, and like we can't ignore that. And there's just, the way it comes in is so romantic. This person, again, it feels like you're falling in love as like a teenager. This person comes in this beautiful, amazing way, just says the right things, does the right things, brings the right, I don't know. You just click on this romantic level, and it's almost like this person makes you come across as your best self, or may even see you as your best self. You may see them as their best selves as well, and they might not realize it. You might not realize it either, but know that you both see each other in a very high light. Somebody to work for, somebody to not work for, like actually, not like it's your boss, but work towards. You know, I need to build myself up more because I want to be better for them. I want to make something of this connection. I don't want this to just go, I don't want this to fall apart. I will work for this. So there is this, again, in terms of how it plays out, working on it is there. Translating, you know, what you want out of this into reality is always there. You can come together in these really incredible way if you want to. But like I said, remember when I said it kind of feels like this has been under wraps. It's been behind closed doors. There is this connection, or there's this sense of the connection that feels a little bit obscured from light, a little bit salacious, if that's the word I'm looking for. It's spicy, that's for sure, when you get the Seven of Swords, the Devil. Behind closed doors, there's a lot of sexy, snaky stuff, but it feels to me like you both kind of see yourselves as this devil energy coming in and taking the swords and running away. And I don't know, it's almost like, this is really weird. I don't know, guys. This is a weird one. Let me pull the clarifiers. You got quite a few clarifiers before we go further. Oof. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we needed these clarifiers. Damn. Oh my gosh. There is there's some major you have quite a lot wrapped into this. There's a lot of major emotions here. I mean, just wow. Where do we even begin with this? Jesus, guys. Okay, so 4 of Swords, 9 of Swords reversed with that Knight of Cups Magician. There's a lot of impatience. Okay, so again, maybe you don't see this person that often. Maybe it's one of those situations that you see each other a little and then you don't see each other. There's separation here for sure. There's definitely, like, we're not physically, I think, for whoever's connecting here together. There's a lot of coming and going. There's a lot of coming and going, and it feels like you don't have much of a choice in it, do you? There's not really a choice in how that we have to leave, even though we don't want to, even though we don't want this to end, we don't want to say goodbye to it. We don't feel like we have a choice, and yet we already know that the choice is that this person comes and goes as they please. The situation has to be that way for one reason or another, and it makes you weak because you can't deal with this. I don't know. This is very like, this relationship holds you in this way. It just holds you. This connection has you hook, line, and sinker, and you can't get out of it no matter how much you try. There is love here, and there is a rocky road to coming together. And that's why we're like, the connection itself is so like fireworks going off, just absolute fireworks, and connection and love and happiness and joy and everything you could need, everything that you could dream of. But there's impatience and then there's frustration. So when you're coming together and it's all there, it's like, wow, like this is really going somewhere. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I'm no longer worrying. But the fear, the anxiety, the worries that is this right? Is this wrong? What do I do? Is just very, you're imprisoned by this. You might even feel ashamed in some ways. Maybe this is third party stuff, because we do have the 7 of Swords and the Devil smack dab in the center of this, and the 3 of Cups is there with the why do we have this. So for some of you, yeah, it is a third party situation that is a lot more than a third party situation. And maybe we got into this for fun to see what it would be and blah 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 blah, but now we're held captive by the emotions and the mental stress and the fear again that grips us about it. You know, why am I doing this? What happens if this happens? What if I never get to be with them? And it has you going through this again and again. It has you getting stabbed in the back, getting hurt. Obviously there's hurt here, and it feels very unjust. It feels very unjust, like somebody is just taking from you and then running away. And again, it just, there's injustice here. I mean, that's really the simple thing with justice reverse, is that there's an imbalanced connection, and we might have been willing to look past it, but it's really hard to when you get the 10 of Swords and the Justice card reverse. You have been hurt, and it feels like you never get chosen in this situation. The situation is quite a cycle of events always. 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups with that 2 of Swords reversed underneath it. You can't stop them from going, but why are you going when you've built this foundation with me? You know, I'm going to sit here and build this for us. I'm going to keep working on this for us. I want this to be this way. I want to better my life, better myself for you. I want to give you, I want this relationship to be that perfect thing that I know it is. So it kind of seems to me that this person comes in and out, and again, you don't have a choice in it, or again, you have to go in and out and don't have a choice in it, but you would like to build a solid foundation, or again, they're waiting on the other side, building you that foundation, saying, you know, I'm ready, or, you know, I'm working on this and I'll be ready soon to get, but like, this is very complicated. This is complicated, right? This is complicated. Ugh. Because And we do see three. We see two queens and the King of Rods here, so let's not ignore that. Itchy nose. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. They're looking both ways. This person might seem like they have two sides to them, or there might, again, be another person involved. Doesn't have to be two females. But there is this hidden side to this person that they don't let either their partner see, if they have a partner, or if you're the one that's in this. And you do feel like you have to have somebody's back turned in this situation, or you have to turn your back on somebody in this situation. Somebody's back is turned, and there's a lot of passion that seems to be between. I can't help but notice that it's like Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, King of Rods, and Queen of Pentacles with the same coloring looking at each other. There's a lot of connection here, a lot of passion, physical connection in this connection between you. And it feels to me, if I'm being honest, the Queen of Cups might be the one that's on the outs of this, not really noticing it, maybe looking in her own cup, maybe doing her own thing, minding her own business, not seeing what's going on and what's really being built and what can't be stopped, because this is going to come to a head. If you're one, I mean, that's really what you need to know about this connection. This is coming to a head. Strength card reversed. When I get that, we can't keep ourselves in control for much longer, is what I always feel with the Strength card reversed. Let me get your other ones here, your oracles. You know, there is unleashed energy when I get that. Two of Swords reversed, Strength card reversed, and then oh my gosh, okay, like I don't even know how to describe how I'm feeling here, because I just pulled these cards. And this is beautiful. This is why you can't fight this. This is your true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And I think I've even said that throughout this reading. This is the romance of a lifetime, and the connection here is so amazing. This is your dream person. There is a balance here like no other. There is equal give and take that can happen in this. But again, this is like your emotional wish, the dream. You're fulfilling your emotional wish, fulfillment of your dream fulfilling relationship. I can't even say it. It's just like, it's amazing. Like, this is it. This is your dream person. This is the situation you've been looking for. And despite what you might have to do to get there, what you might have to let go of, or what this other person has to let go of, the path will unfold and it will fall into place. I would say what it asks you to do is, again, put your cup out there. This is really beautiful. We might have to close one chapter of holding on to what was, holding on to all this weird energy. And I think that what opens the chapter here is telling you what you really, telling this person what you really feel. It's, you got to do the exchange here. I mean, with the world upright and reverse, showing up underneath each other in a pick a card reading. I mean, you can't make this shit up. This is amazing. This is incredible. You have to let go of the old you, and you have to stop balking in the fear of change and the fear of coming into your highest partnership. No, you're not wrong. This is real. Again, someone from your past is returning to your returning to your life here. For me, again, it's a past life soulmate. You know, Six of Cups isn't here. This is my Six of Cups sort of card as well, as a soulmate energy. And again, it's also, this could be that this is not the first time you're together. And I don't think it is. From this spread, like, there has been a lot of comings and goings and ins and out, and you can't do it anymore. So it's like, no, I want to be with you. You're my true love. And what you need to know, but also when you get the reconciliation card, this feels very much like that. The beginnings and endings, the reconciliation. I don't know, cycles, Ouroboros type stuff, you know, a cycle completing and then continuing and never kind of stopping. But a new cycle begins, and it's, I mean, look at these three. Could you get three better? I didn't see any of these when they came out, and I am shocked. I am happy about this soulmate reconciliation and true love. Yes, this is your soulmate. Yes, this is your true love. Yes, this is meant to be. Yes, this can be all of that. Yes, this is your highest partner. And somehow you get here, but something's got to give. Something has got to give. It's like the next time one of you tries to go, it's like, no, you need to know this first. And so, wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Egg on my face in a good way. Kali, beginnings and endings. Endings, beginnings. Do you see this? Do you see this, pile 3? Let's read Kali here from the Journey to the Goddess Realm. This is endings and beginnings. Something really, like, this is your partner. This is it. And it will begin. But you have to let go and end what was. And I'm going to let Kali explain the rest here. Because I know that this card is going to deliver it. Like, look at her. She looks freaking badass. Look at her stepping on his head. Love it. Anyways, Hindu goddess Kali, whose name in Sanskrit for time is ever caring and a fierce severer. She has dark blue skin and disheveled black hair. She violently annihilates dark forces when destiny demands it. She wears a skirt of human arms and a necklace of human skulls, symbolic of endings she devours. Her bloodied sword represents destruction of false knowledge, and severed head represents destruction of ignorance. She destroys the ego so the spirit can emerge. Kali has abruptly appeared to show you that the time has come. Something has ended, whether you wish it to or not. Kali is not punishing you, but is giving you the opportunity to close necessary doors and allow fresh pathways to open. You've got to close the doors that stop you from entering this relationship, because it's everything you've ever wanted, okay? It's fate, it's karmic, and it feels to me that this whole situation is karmic timing as well. It's like you need to let the death of your conditioned ego happen so that you can have this love, this beginning, because it's like destiny, fate, doors open in this relationship, your soulmate. I mean, again, do I need to even say anything else when you get these 3? Like, how rare, how rare. I pulled 3 out of that deck for each of the piles, and you were the last, and like, look at what you get. You still got this. All right, so I don't even know what to say about that. That's incredible. If you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share if you enjoyed it. Do make sure to check out your love readings for the month, as well as your monthly readings. And I'll see you guys also in the dailies. If you want to book a private reading, all that info is always right below this video in my description box. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Namaste.